the fuss around cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. And then some people tell you, oh, you need to be involved in this. Other people warn you against it. So now what? Now what's the way forward here? And then you hear about people being hacked, other people making money, other people losing money. Now, what is it now? So with us, and it's a pleasure to have him here. He's one of the guys that started back in the day, Altcoin Trader, one of South Africa's oldest exchanges. And his name is Richard de Sousa, and he's here with us. Hi, Richard.
Good afternoon, Rian. Thanks very much for having me on the show.
I'm so glad. And as I said earlier, we don't get it often that people that market on Jacaranda FM go, well, I would like to come and explain to you, because I think there's a lot of people that didn't quite understand, or there's the product or what's out there and what you can do with it and what you can't do with it. So thanks, number one, for being here. And I'm a skeptic, as I explained to you.
Yes, you did.
So I want to kick off and I want to ask you, okay, so if we say Altcoin Trader, you're one of South Africa's oldest exchanges. What is an exchange? What do you guys do? I know what he does in the JSE, but what do you guys do?
Well, Rian, our company was born with one vision in mind. We wanted to make it easy for the man on the street to be able to buy crypto. So essentially, in very simple terms, our company allows you to exchange rands for Bitcoin or Bitcoin for rands. You can take it to another level and start trading on our exchange. It's a fully functional exchange. But for the beginner, it's just a simple way to enter into cryptocurrency.
Okay. So I just received an SMS. Someone said, I have no clue what cryptocurrency is. What is it?
Initially, there was Bitcoin, and to date, there's over 2,000 coins. There's probably more, but 2,000 meaningful coins. So all of these coins have come out, and cryptocurrency is a general term given to coins like Bitcoin.
Okay. I still don't know what it is. What is, like I say, for this guy, he says, I hear it's a coin like Bitcoin, but what is cryptocurrency? It's used instead of money. Am I right?
Correct. It is used instead of money. Maybe a way to explain it is for the last 23 years, we've seen our physical world merge with the digital world. We've seen that with communications. We've seen that with entertainment. We've seen that with photography. And it comes as no surprise that at some stage we're going to see the financial sector, money as it is, go into the digital world, which is what is happening with Bitcoin. So it is an alternative to money. It's a lot safer and it's got a lot of benefits.
Okay, so I can use it to buy stuff currently or not yet?
Correct. You can use it to buy stuff. In South Africa, we've got a little over 250 retail outlets that are accepting Bitcoin directly. Those numbers are growing every day.
Like, for instance, where?
Well, one of the biggest ones that comes to mind is Takealot.
Okay.
You can use Bitcoin to spend on Takealot.
Wow.
Sure.
So currently, what will it cost me in cash to buy a Bitcoin?
When I left this afternoon, Bitcoin was trading at around 112,000 Rand in South Africa per coin, and sort of $8,500 US internationally.
Okay, and the way I understand it, there's only that many Bitcoins that will be around eventually.
Correct. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoins. Now, this is a very important point because that's some of the benefits of Bitcoin. But obviously, someone doesn't have to buy a full Bitcoin, because I'm sure there's not many people that can afford 112,000 Rand. Like 1 Rand has got 100 cents. 1 Bitcoin has got 100 million cents. So you could literally buy 10 Rands worth of Bitcoin.
Okay, so if I spend 10 Rand, so what do I... you know what I'm saying? What do I get for my 10 Rand? What do you call it? What is the unit?
Okay, so the units of a Bitcoin is called a Satoshi, but I'm going to keep this simple for now. So if you were on our platform, for example, and you put in 10 Rand and you converted it to Bitcoin, you would probably have 0.00 something Bitcoin.
All right. Now, this is now the thing, and people saying, and I heard a few people saying, well, it's not an investment. Is it an investment if you put your money into Bitcoin?
It's very early, and this product is in its infancy. So to say whether it's an investment or not at this stage, I think is, you'd be speculating, and you need to be very careful. It is an alternative to traditional money. It is a digital alternative, and it is something that is here to stay, and it's going to happen. I'm there's always two types of people. There's people that are getting into this because the technology is amazing and the alternative and the possibilities are so amazing. And there's people, of course, that want to make a quick buck. If you're in the second category, you need to exercise caution.
All right. So it's a long-term thing, this.
It is certainly a long-term thing, yes.
Okay. So if I buy Bitcoin now, how long more or less do you think I should leave it before I actually check on my Bitcoin and see if I made money?
Well, in this sector, the volatility is crazy. That's why the media has bashed it so much. But safe to say, last year there was thousands of % returns for people buying Bitcoin. So if you buy Bitcoin now, you can expect 100, 200% by the end of the year. However, I just want to say that this is not financial advice, and the volatility in this industry can change. So it's not something to spend money that you can't afford to lose in.
Okay, so you must be willing to say, well, if that money's gone, it's gone.
Correct.
Now, you guys are obviously saying that the day is going to come somewhere in the future that we don't use hard cash at all, but only cryptocurrency.
Correct. I think that, I tell a lot of people there'll come a time when you won't have any choice. You will have to use cryptocurrency. Now, a lot of liberals would say that this is coming soon. I think we need to take a realistic approach. And let me qualify that statement by just saying this is probably not going to happen in our lifetime, but it is definitely going to happen.
Now, I see a lot of people want to ask you questions. Richard, are you going to take a couple of questions?
Absolutely.
All right. Let me get the list. Is the list. This is a Scenic Drive with us tonight, Richard de Sousa from Altcoin Trader. And as I said before, they're one of South Africa's oldest exchanges. And here to talk about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, etc. A lot of questions that came in. First, just from my side, just looking at the cons. Now, I want to talk about security, Bitcoin security. So why is it an issue, the security of your Bitcoin?
The main reason that it's an issue is because for the first time ever, we don't have a middleman involved in Bitcoin. There's no Bitcoin company. There's no headquarters. Bitcoin embodies personal responsibility. To give you a quick example, if you lost your banking password, you could go to the bank and say, guys, I've lost my password, and they would assist you. As far as Bitcoin goes, if you lose your password, you have lost your money.
Okay. Gone. All right. Now, the other thing that I heard, that you can trace the transactions, but and that's the thing, but they can't trace it to you, that you were the person that did the transaction. Is that right?
That is correct. So, we always say Bitcoin is the most anonymous and yet the most transparent way to transact.
Now, I have a hell of a lot of questions. I'm just going to jump right in. Someone said, what happens when all the Bitcoin is mined? Does the Bitcoin in use become obsolete, or does it increase in value?
It will definitely increase in value. And once all the Bitcoin is mined, the miners will still remain active, and they will make their money from the fees of the transactions, no longer the rewards for mining.
Okay. So let's say this is a good one. Tax implications on Bitcoin.
SARS have released a bunch of statements. Now, as I'm sure you'll appreciate, I'm no tax expert. But very simply put, if you make money, it doesn't matter if you garden, if you work, if you make money, you need to pay your taxes.
I think actually they've already said, regardless of what the law says, just pay tax on it.
You have to pay tax.
Yeah, if it's a taxable amount, you just pay.
Okay. People mention BTC Global, and they said this was a pyramid scheme that folded, and a lot of money was gone. Just your and it's people that invested in Bitcoin, and then with BTC Global ran off with their cash.
With all new technologies, whether it's SMSs, emails, Bitcoin, there will be scams. So just to give you a quick example, I'm sure we've all got an SMS from the Prince of Nigeria saying that he'd like to share his money with us.
Yeah.
Now, when we got that SMS, no one has said that we need to ban SMSs. It's not the technology. So with BTC Global, what we've got to understand, the fundamentals is you were not buying Bitcoin. you were investing in some scheme for someone to trade for you and to make you profits. So you weren't buying a tangible asset. And it was presented very well. I mean, these guys, they were professional con artists. They did present it very well. But at no stage did you have Bitcoin that you could own and that you could be responsible for. So it was a scam, and a lot of people got burnt with it.
Okay. Now, hacking is an issue when it comes to Bitcoin. A lot of people get hacked, and then the Bitcoins are gone.
Correct. Now, the Bitcoin platform is to date unhackable. It cannot be hacked. But what happens is a lot of people are irresponsible with their passwords, or they set passwords that are just not up to the task of protecting their Bitcoins. So once again, it goes back to personal responsibility. With Bitcoin, you need to take personal responsibility. There is no one to fall back on. So you need to have a little bit of knowledge to make sure that you can protect yourself adequately. The Bitcoin system itself is 100% hack-proof.
Right. So just a stupid question. So I buy a Bitcoin, and then where do I keep it? Where does it go?
Well, the best advice is that you need to keep your Bitcoin in a hardware wallet that you can purchase from companies. When you're starting into the crypto space, you could keep it on an exchange like ourselves, just till you've done the research. It's an easy point of entry. You can leave it on the exchange. If you have a sizable amount and you feel that you would like to take full control of it, you can do a little bit of research, and you can buy what we call a hardware wallet and simply move your Bitcoin into that hardware wallet.
All right. Someone says, I have a Bitcoin account. Can I bring it over to you?
Well, you can't really transfer a Bitcoin account. You can certainly transfer the Bitcoin. So, yes, you can open an account on our exchange and transfer the assets or the Bitcoins into that.
Someone wants to know what determines the value of Bitcoin.
The value of Bitcoin is determined like anything else. It's people all around the world agreeing that a commodity has a certain value. So as Bitcoin gets scarcer, as the use case for Bitcoin goes up, we can expect to see the value going up.
So I'm just going to ask you the way it says this question. It makes no sense to me, but someone said, hi, will Altcoin Trader be upgrading their platform to allow traders to set stop losses, etc., so we can use it as a trading platform like international platforms?
That is on our timeline. It is something, we take a lot of feedback from our clients, and it is something that we're going to be doing. It's not going to happen soon, though. There are a lot of exciting things that we are putting on before that. We are increasing the cryptocurrencies that you can buy, and we are putting out an affiliate program. So that is certainly something that is going to happen. We understand that it's important, and there is a huge demand for it, and it will happen in time.
What's the minimum investment in Bitcoin?
We've got clients that are starting up with as little as 50 Rand, and we've got a lot of people that are investing 100 Rand a month. They're using this as a savings vehicle. So really, as little as 50 Rand can get you started.